What's up everybody? So I've been spending the day with this 2015 Jaguar F-Type V6s. Huge shout out to Foreign Cars Italia for providing the vehicle for today's video. You can check out their website in the description below. While I definitely like this car, I'm really falling in love with it. There's so many things I love about it. There are 5 quirks that I found with this vehicle. And when I mean quirk, I mean like kind of interesting, nifty things about the car that are neither good nor bad, but just kind of interesting to point out. So let's go ahead and hop inside. While the visibility in this car is actually really good, over your right shoulder, the C-pillar seems to get in the way a little bit. There's just a lot of car right in that direction. Now when you look in the rear view, you can see out very nicely, and the side mirrors are actually very nicely. They do have the blind spot monitoring, but when you look over your shoulder, there's just a lot in the way right there, so you really do have to rely on your mirrors rather than looking over your right shoulder. Number 2 is the air vents. Now most people might not even know at first that there's an air vent in the center stack right here. And right when you turn the air conditioning on, they'll take about a second to pop up. So like me, I like to crank the air conditioning as soon as I get in the car if it's a hot day. And when you do that, which you can hear right now, it's very loud at first just because the center ones are still closed, they're under the dash, so all the air is forced out just the sides, and then once it pops up, the air is then equal among all 4 units. So it just might take a little bit getting used to that, half a second delay, and some people might need to know that there is air vents in the center here if they just pop up, which is very cool looking and very modern, and I do like it. Just does take a split second to turn on, but just something to know. Number 3 is the bronze elements in the car. When you think of a sports car, you normally think of red, but this has bronze paddle shifters, start-stop button, and your sport mode button. With the Lamborghinis and Ferraris, which obviously a different price category, they all have red start buttons, and red seems to be the sport color. So it's interesting for Jaguar to go a completely different route. Maybe, kind of a goldish color is more of a luxury color, but it does seem to work, and I like having this color. If they were red, I guess it would just kind of look typical. So it's nice to see they went with a different color, and I think it actually worked out pretty well, and they look really cool. Next up is the exterior door handles. They might take a little bit getting used to. They're hidden away when the car is driving for aerodynamics. So when you're on the outside unlocking the car, you can press the button and they'll pop open, or just use the key. And then to lock the car, you can either lock it by using the key fob or just close the door handle itself and it'll lock. So it just might take a little bit getting used to how they work because they're obviously not your typical door handle. Very cool looking, classy design. It says Jaguar in it when it's open. So they are cool. It's just a little interesting and you might have to take a little time just to get used to it. And last up is the cubby right here. I don't really know what you would put in there. It's about maybe a hand's deep. So it's not the biggest thing out there, but I would say you could put a camera in there, maybe a little bit of camera equipment. But it'd be interesting to see what F-Type owners actually put in there and use it for. Maybe you could put a small lunchbox in there, I'm not really sure. But it is nice they gave this extra storage. You got a glove box, a pretty good sized trunk, and little pockets in the doors. So it'd be interesting to see what people really use that cubby for. So there you go everybody, that is 5 little tiny quirks about the car, just kind of interesting things about it. I really like the car, definitely nothing wrong with it. Those points were neither good or bad, just worth mentioning. So for all you F-Type owners out there, let me know how you like your car. I'm sure you love it. I'm falling in love with this car all day. It's definitely super cool. Huge thank you once again to Foreign Cars Italia for providing this vehicle for today's videos. Don't forget to check out the other videos of this car in the description below. So thank you all for watching, and as always, subscribe to us on YouTube, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram. And I'll see you all next video.